We have all heard about the dangers of mobile phone radiation, but is it really something to worry about? Today we are going to talk about the potential risks of mobile phone radiation and what you can do to keep yourself and loved ones safe. The first thing that I want you to understand is how mobile phones are tested for safety in the first place. And to do so, I need to introduce you to SAM, specific anthropomorphic mannequin. SAM is based on a 100 kg, 6 foot and 2 tall male and is filled with a salt, sugar and water solution to imitate human tissues. SAM is used to test the safety of mobile phone devices by making a phone call that can last anywhere between 6 and 30 minutes. During this test, the specific absorption rate or SAR value is calculated based on the measured temperature increase to determine whether or not the radiation levels of the device are safe for human use. Sounds safe enough, right? Well, not quite. There are a few drawbacks to this form of testing that we need to understand. First of all is SAM's size. As mentioned earlier, SAM is based on 100 kg, 6 foot 2 tall male, which is representative only to 3% of the population. The majority of people, and especially kids, will have a much higher exposure and absorption rate. Second thing is SAM's body composition. SAM with its salt, sugar, water solution is not representative to humans, even if the effort is made to be as close as possible. Even humans are not all the same. Some have more, some have less water. Example, the difference between kids and adults or people with different body fat percentages may differ quite a bit. Also, kids, for example, have more stem cells which are more sensitive to electromagnetic fields than grown cells. Second one is SAM's time spent on the phone. SAM's phone call lasts anywhere from 6 to 13 minutes. So if your phone call are lasting longer than this time frame, then your absorption rate will also be higher, and this again could be more detrimental to your health. The next one is the positioning of the phone. SAM does not hold the phone directly to his ear when he makes the call. The earpiece is held 5 mm away from his ear at a defined 15-degree angle, and he is not holding the phone with his hands. This is pretty inaccurate to how the average person holds or uses their phone, so this will again affect the actual absorption rate in real life. So you can see now with this information that the testing method has quite a few problems that will most likely result in our actual absorption of the radiation from our mobile phone devices being higher than that what would SAM experience. That's not all. One fundamental principle we have is that the SAR test is looking for temperature changes only, without looking at non-temperature effects. No research has been done, to my knowledge, and up to the moment of shooting this video, to prove they are non-existent. On the other hand, many independent studies have shown physiological changes which are not related to temperature increase. One major effect completely ignored is the activation of the so-called VGCCs, or voltage-gated calcium channels, by the EMF. The VGCC in brief are gates on the outer cellular membrane which are selective to calcium, meaning they only open for calcium ions to enter the cell in a space to trigger a cascade of intracellular reactions. Those gates open only when the difference in calcium concentration between the outside and inside reaches a certain level. The mechanism of opening is based on the difference of voltage induced by the difference in concentration of the calcium ions between the inner and outer side of each cell. Martin Pall, who is a professor of biochemistry and basic medical sciences at the Washington State University, is the pioneer in researching the hazards of EMF. He compiled a paper listing all relevant studies which prove the existence of non-thermal effects. When calcium enters the cell, it triggers wanted downstream reactions which are therapeutic in nature. When excessive calcium ions enter the cell, however, they trigger unwanted downstream reactions. Professor Pall lists various effects following VGCC activation by the EMF and increased intracellular calcium ions. In his paper, he cites oxidative stress, lower fertility, DNA damage, misfolding of protein, just to name a few. Another interesting aspect of all of this is that VGCC blocking medication is able to reverse EMF effects, which is one more proof that excessive intracellular calcium ions due to EMF exposure is the main cause for those non-terminal health effects. We have put for you a link in the video description where you can download his paper. I highly advise you to go through it and build your own opinion. Anyway, whether we like it or not, we will never be able to find a place on Earth free of EMF. Well, maybe we can until Elon Musk starts his satellite armada to offer free Wi-Fi for everyone and everywhere. However, we can reduce the exposure by a considerable amount if we inform ourselves properly about all potential sources, including the different kinds of radiation and how we can reduce the exposure to every one of those. In my upcoming book about EMF, I categorize the techniques which every one of us could follow to lower the EMF hazards in reduction, distancing, or shielding. Let's go quickly through a few relevant ones. First of all, reduction. Try to reduce the overall use of your phone. Text instead of call. Read a physical book instead of reading on your phone, and restrict your phone use to important communication. Remove unnecessary apps. The more apps you have, the more they will be trying to connect and exchange data, the more radiation you will be exposed to. Do not use your phone while in a Faraday cage, as the latter will reflect back the radiation. A Faraday cage is a metallic enclosure such as an elevator, a car, or a plane. Also, your phone will increase the EMF intensity as well to re-establish a better connection. Do calls only when you have good network coverage. When you don't, your cell phone will increase massively the radiation to establish a better connection, leading to higher exposure. Switch off what you don't need, example Bluetooth or data mode. Also, if you have a Wi-Fi network, for example, switch off your data mode to reduce radiation. Let's go now to distancing. Do not carry your phone near your skin, as in your pockets, etc. Rather, put it in your bag. With every inch of distance you have to your phone, your exposure will be reduced by 1,000 volts. Do not put your phone on your ear when having calls. That's an absolute no-go. An interesting study on cell phone radiation during a call recommended keeping mobile phones at a safe distance of 30 centimeters from the body, especially the head. Rather, make use of the phone speaker and place your phone on a table or some other surfaces when having a call. Or use a radiation-free headset to avoid having the phone held so close to your head. During nighttime, keep your phone off and far away from your head or in another room. Now to shielding, use a special EMF blocking phone case. This need to be from a renowned brand or approved. The wrong shielding can or may lead to higher radiation because of the phone trying to establish a better connection. Last tip is generic. Radiation is a stressor, and everything leading to reduce or reverse that stress will help minimize the unwanted health issues. Regular and adequate use of, first of all, omega-3s help lower inflammation. Secondly, antioxidants such as vitamin C, vitamin E, melatonin, and trans-resveratrol will help lower oxidative stress. Number 3, magnesium as well as a natural VGCC blocker will help lower excessive VGCC activation and oxidative stress. All of those are caused by radiation. If you like this content, then we have plenty more on our channel, so please like and subscribe to see more of our content in the future. By the way, don't forget to switch off your Wi-Fi router at night time. You don't need it. Stay strong, and thank you for watching.